Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to our webinar discussion. Today, we will be discussing an important topic which is taxation of e-commerce in Malaysia, which affects online sellers, content creation and also digital entrepreneurs. A lot of people sell online, do content creation or use digital platform, but they always ask, do I need to pay tax? To what extent is my income taxable? So, today, me and my group mates will be clarify this question. Let us start with the basics. Let's start with first question. Shuhada, why many people believe that online business is different from a normal business? Why? Then does IRBM tax the e-commerce income?
Thank you, Putri, for the question. That is very common misunderstanding. Actually, IRBN first introduced guidelines on the taxation of e-commerce on 1st January 2030. However, due to rapid change in digital business model and online platform, update guidelines is necessary to ensure clarity in tax treatment. Currently, there are no specific provision for e-commerce under the Income Tax Act 1967. Therefore, existing tax laws may apply to digital business activity. IRBN follow the principle of neutrality, which means e-commerce transaction and conventional business transaction are taxed in the same way. So, if you earn income in a similar way, you are taxed in a similar way, regardless of whether it's online or offline.
That makes sense, but people also hear terms like digital currency and e-commerce transaction. Can you briefly explain what this actually means?
Sure, I will explain them one by one in simple terms. First, digital currency is a type of digital value stored in online. Is it used to make payments and can be exchanged for money? For example, some people use digital currency to pay for goods in online transaction. Next, a digital token in another form of digital value recorded on online system. It may or it may not have special security features. An e-commerce transaction or ECT means buying or selling goods or service through the internet using electronic orders. For example, selling clothes through an online platform or social media is an e-commerce transaction. Lastly, royalty have the same meaning as defined under subsection 2(1) of the Income Tax Act 1967.
Thank you, Shahada, for the explanation. Now, let's move on to the different type of e-commerce business models with Najwa. Najwa, what kind of online activities are actually considered as e-commerce business models?
Thank you, Putri, for the question. Actually, there are several common e-commerce business models recognized by IRBM. First is online trading and services providers. This includes online retailers, online education, services such as e-book and video tutorials, and online consultation services like medical or lifestyle advice. It is important to note that payment does not have to be made online for it to be considered e-commerce. Second is app stores. App stores are digital platforms where consumers can browse, purchase, and download software or services directly to their device. Examples include subscription-based services, online services, and self-broadcasting platforms that generate income from viewers.
What about people who earn from ads or use cloud services?
Good question. Online advertising is another major e-commerce model. Income can come from advertising space, product reviews, or advertorials either directly from advertisers or through platforms like Google AdSense. Then, we have cloud computing, where users access online storage, software, or data services instead of owning physical system. Example includes peer-to-peer platforms, accommodation sharing, even crowdfunding activities. All this can generate taxable income.
Thank you, Najwa. Next, Mimi, What if someone runs an online business? What are their responsibilities from IRBM's point of view?
Okay, Puteri. First, they must register for income tax and have a tax file number. They must declare all income, including income from digital platforms. Registration can be done through e-Daftar or at IRBM offices. If the business is a partnership, the managing partner submits from EP, while individual partners submit from E. They also need to keep proper documents such as payment gateway statements like PayPal, bank statements, sales invoice, agreements, and receipts. These documents support income as expenses declared.
I have a question. If someone receives money from overseas platform, do they still need to pay tax in Malaysia?
Okay, that's another common confusion. Under the general rule, income derived from Malaysia is taxable, whether the person is resident or non-resident. For e-commerce, income is considered derived from Malaysia if it is related to activities in Malaysia, even if the money is received overseas. However, for non-residents, tax only applies if the income falls under special classes of income or royalty, such as online consulting or software usage.
Thank you, Mimi. Lastly, I would like to call Ashraf to explain about what types of taxes e-commerce business might face.
Okay. Um, Thank you for the question, Putri. E-commerce business in Malaysia may be subject to several types of taxes. First is income tax, which applies to income derived from Malaysia. IRBM treats e-commerce income the same as conventional business income, and the location of the server or website does not determine taxability. Second is sales tax on low-value goods, effective from 1 January 2024, where a 10% sales tax is imposed on imported goods priced at 500 ringgit or below. Third is service tax on digital service, where foreign service provider must register if their service to Malaysian consumer exceed 500,000 ringgit in a 12-month period. Lastly, withholding tax, which applies to payments made to non-residents for service royalties, software usage, platform fees, or payment gateway charges such as PayPal or Stripe.
Thank you so much, Ashraf, for the explanation. Recently, I did a research about situations that subject to e-commerce tax, which is Miss Orangie is an active blogger in a fashion through her social media accounts such as Instagram and Facebook. She gained more than 1 million followers in those platforms because of her popularity. Assuming that for year assessment 2017, Miss Orangie received income from advertising, space, and product reviews of 4 million ringgit. That income is taxable under Section 4A of IPA 1967 based on the facts that she is carrying on the activity by way of profession.
I think understanding this issue is important because it demonstrates that income earned from digital platform, such as social media influencing, is still taxable under Section 4A on the Income Tax Act 1967 when the activity is carried out professionally. I also found another situation. Hotel and a Malaysian resident is using an online service by a platform provided by Soka Travel, who is a non-resident. Under this service arrangement, hotel and customers can now book rooms and also make payments via this platform. Subsequently, after deducting fees or commission from these bookings, Soka Travel will release balance to the hotel end. Based on the facts, if it is proven that the service is rendered in Malaysia, then the fees or the commission received by Soka Travel is subject to withholding tax under Section 109B ITA 1967. However, if it's proven otherwise, the withholding tax on service is exempted under income tax.
That's a good example. I think reflecting on this issue is also important because it shows our ability to analyze tax rules, assess cross-border implications, and understand professional responsibility, which are all critical for growth as a competent and ethical professional.
Thank you so much everyone for the discussion. Now, to conclude our discussion, E-commerce income in Malaysia is fully taxable under the Income Tax Act 1976. Digital business are treated the same as physical business, where income may be classified as business income, special classes of income, or royalty, depending on the transaction. Through this learning process, we realized that the importance of critical thinking and professional judgment when applying tax laws to real-life situations. This experience helped us to develop a more structured approach in analyzing tax issues. By understanding how e-commerce is taxed, business can comply better laws with tax law, ensure fair taxation, and support growth of Malaysia's digital company. Thank you for listening to our discussion. We hope this discussion will help you better understanding the taxation of e-commerce in Malaysia.